So, hey guys, I know that this is gonna be cringy, and I know everyone's done this, and I don't know how to edit pieces of Mario in this, but from the title you can tell what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be ranking my personal favorite top 10 of Mario games. Now, I don't know how to English write that sentence, didn't make any sense at all. But, so I can't put bits and pieces of Mario in there because I don't know how to edit at all. My tablet is very laggy and I don't have the things to edit with. And even if I could, I don't know how to edit, so I'm sorry if this is boring. It's probably not going to get a lot of views. But hey, I'm trying stuff new, so let's get into it. This is going to be a little bit biased, and don't expect as many Mario games as you're expecting, because I haven't played as many Mario games as that other people have. So I will tell you guys the ones that you guys cannot expect in the top 10. Some of them I'm not going to be doing. Super Mario Sunshine, I've never played that because I've never had a GameCube. I've never played any of the new Super Mario Bros. U games. I haven't played the Mario Land or any of the I haven't played Super Mario Lost Levels, and no Super Mario 64. I know, I really wanted to play that, and no Mario Odyssey. I've played that for like 5 seconds. So this is gonna be kind of boring because I only have a little bit, but based on the ones that I have, I've played over 10 of them, so let's go. On number 10, we have New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. Now, this was the first game I ever played as a kid. Before I got my Wii, I got my first DS, and that was when I started getting into gaming. And the first game I got for that was New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. Now, there's a lot of people who are going to disagree with this because not a lot of people like the new series, but I personally like it. I like the add-ons to Yoshi in the newer ones and everything. But this one is really, really cool because there's a lot of things that this little thing stuffed into it. There's mini games. There's there's special bosses for each world. There's new enemies, sort of. And the haunted houses, the Boo houses, I feel are a little bit more creative in my opinion, but that's just me. But the music, even though it's repeated a lot of times in the game, it's still really good, and the levels are very, very creative. Like, I can't remember what level it is, but I really enjoy the sliding level, where in the ice world, where you go sliding down, and most of the level is just, the start of the level is just you sliding down. I really enjoy that because you get to knock out a lot of enemies and everything. So, that's just what I feel like, and it's just a really good game. I feel like you can't blame me. It was the first game I ever played, and this was actually the game that got me into Nintendo in the first place. So, props to it. I suggest you guys to play it. If you have a DS and you have enough money, I suggest you guys to buy it. Sure, the graphics are a little bit bad, but it's still a very great game. And now moving on to number 9. So, in number 9, I am putting, it's going to surprise a lot of you, Mario Galaxy. Mario Galaxy is normally a lot of people's favorite Mario game, but personally I never really got into it as much as other people did. I just feel like it's creative. I just don't like the fact that I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of rehashed themes themes going on. Sure, the boss battle with Bowser and everything is super bad A. And the spin attack is really helpful too. It's like a little tiny double jump so you can recorrect your jump. So that's really cool. I just don't like the fact that there's no Yoshi. I don't know. I feel like every Mario game needs the little Yosher. He deserves some love. I mean, he does eat a lot of people every single day. I'm surprised he doesn't get full from that. But I don't really like it all that much. I never really played it as a kid. I had it. I have Galaxy 1 and 2, and I never really played Galaxy 1. It was more just, I don't know. I don't really get into like first games. But one of the cool things that has been in like almost every single spin-off title of Mario and Smash Bros. And everything ever since Galaxy 1 came out, which is Rosalina, a waifu who looks super sexy with that one hairpiece coming down. What am I doing? Cringe. But seriously, like, I can't tell you how many times she is in. If I had a nickel or $1 for any spin-off title she's freaking in, I'd have like maybe $40. She's in Mario Kart Wii, Mario Galaxy.
Say you would be rich.
Mario Galaxy 2, Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, Smash Bros. Ultimate. She's in like the newer Mario Party. She's in Mario 3D World. She's in almost every single thing after Galaxy came out, basically. So she has big blue eyes, and she is really cool. She's also the goddess. She's not really a goddess, but she watches over the cosmos and is a mother to over 1 million Lumas. That must be tough raising them. But that is really, really cool. But I don't really see Mario Galaxy as one of my favorites. So let's move on to number 8. Number 8, I am putting New Super Mario Bros. 2 for the 3DS. Now, this is one of the games that I am still playing to this day because it's the closest to I feel a good 2D Mario game on the 3DS. The first new Super Mario Bros. For the DS was really, really good, like I said, but it didn't really have a lot to boot. There was a lot of cool things that it added, like New Super Mario Bros. Added, it was in Mario 64, but it was never in a 2D Mario game until then. It introduced the wall jumping, the ground pound, the triple jump, star coins, all that jazz. And now, in New Super Mario Bros. 2, it manages to make that and change that into something better. So, I feel like this one is closest to one of my favorite 2D Mario games, I would say. Not my favorite Mario game, but my favorite 2D. So, yeah. The only thing that I don't really find cool about this one is it didn't have, two things. It didn't keep the little, spin thing that you can do in midair in New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And another thing is from New Super Mario Bros. Wii, you could use Yoshi, but in this one they took it out, which kind of sucked. But personally, I don't really mind it because in this game there's nothing really that Yoshi could do. I mean, the levels are very creative, but it's kind of on the easy side considering this game I speedrunned in about an hour or 2. So yeah, I feel like this game is really good. I never really found a lot of the secrets, but I've found a couple warp pipes. Not warp pipes, but you know what I mean. I've got some secrets. But that's just how I feel. And now we are moving on to number 7. So on number 7, I am putting Mario Galaxy 2. Mario Galaxy 2 is one of my all-time favorite Mario platformers of all time. It really added a lot of cool stuff to boot from Mario Galaxy 1. First thing is Yoshi. They finally added my little Yosher guy into it. It's so fun to use him. He actually works the way he's supposed to. Because in Mario Sunshine, he spits out this juice. Mario 64, he just gives you an upgraded triple jump. But in Super Mario Galaxy, he actually does what the 2D platformer Yoshis do. He actually eats them for once, which is really cool. He can also grab onto these flower things and like do a little backflip and then launch himself into the air. And there's little fruits or peppers or whatever he can eat to either let him run really fast, blow up like a balloon, or shine up hidden areas, which is really cool. I haven't beat this game, but I've seen a lot of playthroughs on it, and I've gotten really close to beating it. The Bowser fight wasn't really hard, but it was still really cool. And the music in this game is absolutely phenomenal. I can tell you how many times I got that music stuck in my head. It's just super cool. And one of the coolest things is Throwback Galaxy. I can't tell you how many times I've played that level over and over, just because of how cool it is. They made a remastered version of Womp's Fortress. Now, it would have been cooler if they made Bob-omb Battlefield, but I'm still happy with what we got from that. So, this game is really cool. It's still the same exact thing, basically, besides the hub world that's kind of dead now. It's not just a hub world. Now it's basically just Mario's head, which is even cooler. So, hold on, I was doing something. But, yeah, I feel like that this game was really cool. And I really enjoyed it. So now we're moving on to number 6. Number 6, I am putting the original Super Mario Bros. For the NES. Now, this game is kind of boring because it's kind of easy, but I still find it really cool, considering this was the game that saved the gaming industry. After the gaming crash of 1983, it looked like the end for gaming, but Nintendo stepped up their game and created one of the best platformers of all time, Super Mario. And now we have Call of Duty. Now we have we have Lego games. We have the newer Mario games. We have Sonic. We have Captain Toad. We have all these games now thanks to that. So, yeah, props to that game. And it's really fun. After a while, it starts getting a little bit difficult. And it's probably just a little bit difficult for me because I'm a scrub at gaming and I suck at games. But that's just me. I personally don't like the jumping and like the momentum in the game. I don't like how I feel like it's just really tight, and sometimes it's hard to get your jumps correct, if you know what I mean. It's really hard to not die sometimes because the hitboxes are very punishing at times. But other than that, this is a really fun game, and I suggest it for anyone who can buy a NES or NES Classic. But now we are moving on to number 5. At number 5 spot, I am putting Super Mario 3D Land. So Super Mario 3D Land, I personally love because of how long I've been playing it. It's not my favorite, but I feel it was the closest to a good 3D Mario game on the 3DS at the time. The graphics are kind of pixelated, but at the same time, it looks so good. They brought back one of the most powerful and OP power-ups in the game, in the Mario games, from Mario 3, the Tanuki tail, or the Tanuki suit. So this thing in this game is OP as HE double hockey sticks. If there's a part that you can't get through, if it's short, just glide over it. If you want to knock out a Goomba that's coming straight for you, or a piranha plant, just whack it with your tail. And the spin jump thing for it, not a spin jump, but like when you do the long jump but you roll at the same time, it looks so cool. He just spins his tail around and like jumps around in the air. But I personally don't like the controls in this game. Sure, it's a really fun game, and there's a lot of nostalgia put into this game. But also, the controls suck. Sometimes it's very hard to know where he's gonna land. You have to look at the shadows sometimes. And sometimes the shadow's really wrong. Because one time, I can't tell you how many times I've died because the shadow screwed me over. And the Shadow Mario stages, not really Shadow Mario, but like the Cosmic Clone parts, really suck if you're playing on the special courses. Because most of them are on a timer, and it's so hectic, and you gotta rush through it, and he moves exactly where you move, so if you try to go back the same way you came in, he'll most likely run into you, and it's just really chaotic. But other than that, it's a really fun game, and I personally have speedrun this over maybe 12 times. I've never gotten all of the star coins in the game, but I can tell you, it is very rewarding when you take down Bowser at the end. The first time I played this game and I beat Bowser in the last mission, I literally cried because for me, you know I'm a scrub and I suck at games, so I died a lot in that part. Especially when he starts shooting those humongous white and purple neon, whatever color it is, fireballs at you that cover like half of the platform you're standing on. But other than that, it's very cinematic, and I love the part when you're running away from him and you have to wait for him to blast down the walls, just so you can get through and finally press that button and shove him down into the lava pit so he can die a horrible death. So yeah, it's really cool. And once you beat this game, it is very rewarding. Because after you beat it, you unlock special stages. And once you go down there, once you beat the first boss fight down there, you unlock Luigi. And you can, just like Mario Galaxy and Mario Galaxy 2, you can play the whole game as him. And once you do that, when you collect all the star coins and you beat the game with both characters, you unlock the most hardest stage in the game. Special World 9, I think it is. I can't remember the name of it. But this sucks. You have to have like a Tanuki suit or some sort of power up to beat this. You have to go from jumping over Goombas so you can get to another platform, to jumping off of a Toad's head so you can get to another platform, to killing Hammer Bros, to Boomerang Bros, to having to use that most people don't notice it build up thing when you crouch, and then you hold crouch till he says "Whoo!" and you do a little tiny backflip sort of thing. It requires so much skill and so much practice that once you beat it, I've never personally beat it, but once you beat it, it's magical. But I've raved a lot. I've done a lot with this game, and I personally like it, but it's not really my favorite. So let's get on to number 4. So number 4, I have one of the games I have played maybe around like 2 days, and because it belonged to my cousin, and I played a lot in those 2 days. I am putting Super Mario 3D World at the number 4 spot. This game is really, really good. It's sort of, I see it as a sequel to 3D Land, considering it's basically the same game, just way better. It's basically the same idea, just they fixed all the problems from 3D Land and then just made it into one big game called 3D World. The coolest thing about this game is you can play from Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, and Rosalina. Each of them have their own special abilities. Mario is basically, he's just Mario. Luigi, he has his signature kind of like high jump because he has sort of the thing that Yoshi has, but also not. Peach has the float, where she can float in the air for for a couple seconds. Toad is very, very fast, but his jump is like very weak. And Rosalina is probably the most she is probably the most OP character in the game. She's the one character that can kill enemies without having to use a power-up. She can use a spin attack. Now, one of the also cool things, I can't talk. One also really, really innovative thing that this game introduced was the cat suit. I can't remember the name of the power-up, but I think it's the Lucky Bell. Super Bell, yeah. And when you get that, you turn into a little tiny kitty cat. Now, each of them, it's really cool with the cat suit because you can claw enemies. You can do this sort of Smash Bros. Incineroar up B type of thing, where you jump up into the air and then you come rocketing back down. You can climb up walls, and that helps you find the green stars easier, and the stamps. And that's another thing about this game that'll keep you coming back for it, because there's so many green stars. There's green stars in the big purple box things, and there's 3 of them in each stage. So instead of star coins, you get green stars. And you need to collect all the stamps. But one of the stupidest things about this game is I've never beat it, but one of the stupidest things about this game is, in order to beat it, you need to beat it with every single character, every single green star, every single stamp, and touch the tippy top of the flagpole in each level. And I feel like that's a little over the top. But other than that, this is a really great game. It's one of the best games on the Wii U. Like I said, I've never owned it, but I've got as far as the sixth world. So, yeah, because my cousin Ethan had it. So, I've said a lot about this game. It has really great graphics, and it created one of the best, in my opinion, spin-off games of all time. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. But that's not in this top 10. So moving on to number 3. Number 3, I am putting Super Mario Bros. 2. Now, this game, I feel, needs more respect. It is kind of not known to a lot of people. I mean, it's known, but it doesn't really get a lot of praises like I give it. It is a really good game. One of the coolest things about it, back then, considering this was made way before Super Mario 3D Land was made, you were able to play as Toadstool and not Peach back then. So Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Toad. Each of them, again, have their own special things they can do. And it's mostly the same exact thing. Mario is the most balanced. Luigi can jump really high. Peach can float. And, I don't think this, but I'm pretty sure Toad's is the same too. He can, jump. He can go really fast. But has a weak jump. But there's no Rosalina because she was created way after this game was made. So, this game gets really hard around at the end, and the way you get 1-ups is kind of stupid, sort of, but kind of cool. Sometimes you'll find these potions that create doors. You go into the door, and there's like this pitch black version of the world you're in. You collect you collect some coins from there, and at the end of each level, those get inserted into like a lottery machine thing, and match up 3 for lives. And that's basically the only way you get lives from this. But one of the weird things I don't personally enjoy about this game is that the final boss level isn't Bowser. It's this guy named Wart. And you kill him by shoving vegetables into his mouth, which I feel is kind of creative. It's not just Bowser again, but I still personally don't enjoy the boss fight because it's sort of easy at times. But other than that, this game is really cool. And now we are moving on to number 2. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, okay. So I'm putting at number 2 spot one of my favorite games, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. This was one of the very good games that I had on my Wii. This was actually, I think, the first game I got on my Wii. Because I got New Super Mario Bros. DS on my DS, my first console, my first game. Then my second console, I got my Wii. And then I got New Super Mario Bros. Wii. So, I personally enjoy this game a lot because of a lot of things I introduced. It had Yoshi in it, and it introduced some new characters into it. Now this multiplayer is aggravating, but it was still cool. So you get to any player, you can choose between playing as Mario, Luigi, or Yellow Toad, or Blue Toad, which is really cool. So this was actually a really cool game, and I don't know, I feel like the graphics were very much enhanced. Like, it enhanced a lot, because it went from very pixelated game on the DS to a very high quality, non-HD, I admit it, but very good game. So, yeah. There's not a lot to say about this game, because most of you out there has probably already played this game. But other than that, it is really good. One of the things that is sort of dumb is one of the levels, I forget which one, in World 9, where you put the ice blocks with the munchers in them, and then piranhas with fire, and fire bros, and then spiky bushes with Goombas inside. That I absolutely hate with this game. But one also cool thing about it is hint movies. It's basically showing the people who created the game absolutely just speedrun and act like pros in the game. And one of my personal favorite ones is one of the first ones you unlock is the one where one of the people who made it is just speedrunning the World 1 castle, and he basically most of it's just him wall jumping off of crap. And one also cool thing about it is that you can one of the hint movies, I was stuttering there for a second, distracted. One also cool hint movie is, it's a multiplayer one. They all grab blocks and they all have the propeller mushroom. Luigi gets shoved out of the group, and they don't rescue him. And then the Toads sacrifice themselves. Then, Mario misses the pipe to get up there to win the level. So he tries to get, there and bounce off of Luigi's bubble. But instead, Luigi ends up getting it instead, and Mario dies. Mario and Luigi, he pops Mario's bubble for some reason and lets him go with them. But, they carry themselves to victory. But you think Mario's gonna win. Luigi throws him the other way and then wins. It's really cool and it's really, really funny. But now we are moving on to number 1. Johnny, shut up. This is my favorite, absolute favorite Mario game, which is wait, no. I just messed up the whole entire intro. It is Dun Dun. Dun Dun. Dun 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 dun. I think that's what it is. It is Super Mario Bros. 3. This is my absolute favorite one that I have played so far. This has the best power-ups I think that any Mario game has had. It introduced the Hammer Bros power-up, the P-Wing, and it introduced the Tanuki Tail, which is basically the same exact thing. And what's cool is you can hold several lives. In Mario World, sure, you can hold one, but in this one you can hold a whole bunch. And if you don't like a level, you can skip it by using, I think, a cloud thing. And then with the music box thing, you can make the Hammer Bros fall asleep. This is one of my favorite games of all time, and I highly suggest it. Now, I know a lot of people is going to be disagreeing with me, but this is just because of based on the Mario games that I have played. So, make sure that you guys drop a like and let me know what is your guys' favorite Mario games. So, I will see you guys in the next video. Man, this was a long one. I didn't expect it to be this long, but I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.